YouTubers, welcome to a special edition of Trends in the Housing Market Worldwide. And I am Mike Martins, your host, your one and only. And let's get to the meat and potatoes. Trends in the housing market all over the world. Let's go to the UK. Brexit fuels house price rise in Denmark. So Brexit fuels house price rise in Denmark. Economist claims. Interest rates on Danish home loans dropped to an all-low as a result of Britain's vote to leave the EU. Fool! You're giving away free money. It's a Ponzi scheme. You get free money. No one in their right mind is going to pay $3 million or $2 million for a $200,000 house. Open your mind. Let's continue here, what he says. Sorry, the pages are stuck together. Here it goes, people. From the UK. Britain's vote to leave the European Union has boosted the Danish housing market, economists have claimed. It's a low interest rate that's boosting the housing market. Average house prices for a single-family house rose 1.6% in July, while apartment prices increased 1.4%. Yes, because when you lower the interest rate, it becomes a free-for-all for investors to buy when you got free money. There are two factors behind the increase, according to Louise Agerström Hansen, the economist at Danske Bank. Hold on, pages are stuck here. The progress of the housing market is driven by general improvement in the Danish economy. Really? And incredible low interest rates. Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. That is why. She wrote according to the report to the local. The strong July figures should also be seen in the light of the significant rate drops connected to the British Brexit vote. Thank you very much. Following Britain's vote to leave the EU, interest rates on Danish home loans dropped to an all-time low as a result of instability on the global financial market. Danish interest rates are determined by supply and demand for international bond market. Thank you. Backed securities. Another Ponzi scheme making its way to Denmark. Australia. Bradfield Scholarship. I'm not going to mention her name because the video will be flagged. Pans radical fix to fix the housing crisis. While some urban planners are all at sea when it comes to coping with Sydney's rapid growing population, engineering students, I'm not saying her name, Pan was embraced, let's call her Miss Pan, was embraced with a new wave of design ideas. This first Battlefield Scholarship finalist, Miss Pan, proposing to build a succession of floating cities. Fail. Floating cities fail. One of the biggest continents in the world, one of the biggest islands known to man, Australia. Mapped by the Portuguese, by the way, in the 1500s. But fail. Biggest continent. And what? You're going to go off land to build floating cities? Fail. This is an absolute disgrace to the home buyer. Absolute disgrace. Fail. Let's go on and see what it says here. So much land to build off. Go west. Under radical vision, hundreds of thousands of Sydneyers could be living in a sea-based island housing developments connected by rectangular bridges. Give me a break. People want land. People want to grow their gardens. People want their backyards. The University Sydney student believes in the network of independent floating modules. Hey, how's about this? Why not people start expanding west from the major cities in the east and start expanding so then they can lower housing prices? Once you start getting more and more houses on the market, housing prices start to dip a bit. This is fail. Let's go to Ottawa, Canada, people. Sorry about this. Ottawa, Canada. The Spectator's view. Ottawa must act now on housing crisis. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Sorry about that. I should have said that in my introduction. Happy Thanksgiving. Today's Monday, October, I think, 10th. And today is Thanksgiving here in Canada. Big hug, and to everybody, to every Canadian in Canada. Canada's affordable housing crisis will not be more real in Hamilton. About 5,500 houses are on the waiting list. Wow. The number is more than a jaw-dropping 82,000. Gentrification in places like Hamilton means rising prices are pushing more people away from urban cores where traditionally affordable housing is located. Ridiculously overpriced housing in places like Vancouver is making safe, sustainable housing unobtainable for the middle class. Yes, you're selling out the middle class. Never mind for people struggling and just to make ends meet. Typically, assigning blame, I can't read, for the state of the affairs is less important than finding solutions. But in this case, it is worth just doing that because the player that needs to come to the table most is the one that is largely responsible for creating this mess. That would be the federal government. Yes, their lax rules, their lax sit-back banking Ponzi scheme methods are destroying and stealing people's futures. Middle class is gone in Canada. You need to be multi-millionaire to own a house. And in Australia and London, and Germany, the way things look. Back in the 1980s and 90s, Ottawa financed a part of its cost geared to income housing for lower-income Canadians. Bravo. But at the same time, it was planning the next step, which included downloading the responsibility for affordable housing to provincial governments, and that grand downloading tradition. Most provinces turned around and did exactly with the same thing, dumping responsibility on municipalities at the bottom of the political food chain. Local governments didn't have option of dumping the job down another level, so did what they have always done. Step into breach, and that's the best they could do. Canada's got to do something. Politicians need to put measures into place like here in Vancouver. Another one here, guys. Sorry about that, I'm here sitting by myself. Canada's housing crisis is a public health emergency. Another story here. In emergency rooms, the frontline clinics, patients are trigade based on urgency of their illness. Okay, because they get chosen by the amount of sickness, or if they're bleeding or whatever. The sickest are seen first, followed by those in less immediate danger, or high health system would connect these efforts for a large plan to prevent illness, to keep people healthy, and still make sure help is there in a hurry when things go wrong. Fine. Unfortunately, in Canada, we aren't there yet. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. One of our biggest factors determines whether people will stay healthy or wind up needing emergency chronic Medicare is where they live. So basically where you live determines how healthy you stay. People without access to stable housing are at higher risk of illness, and their likelihood of recovering well from illness is greatly diminished. How bad is Canada's housing crisis? According to the newly released National Shelter Study, Canada's emergency shelters are packed to the rafters. People are languishing in homelessness longer, and their ranks increasingly include seniors, veterans, families who fought for our country, and shamefully Indigenous Canadians, over 10 times more likely than the non-Indigenous people to end up in an emergency shelter. Let's continue here. This is a really good one here. Follow the money. This is in Vancouver, BC. This is a really good one. Someone sent me this link. Follow the money. Evidence submitted at fraud probes concerns about Vancouver real estate market. Sorry guys, my arm's falling apart. Follow the money. Investigation, paper trail, handoffs, real estate fraud, allegations, murder, currency exchange, investment, China, financial scheme, homemaker. I'm going to leave a link below for this. This is a book. Interviews conducted by BC Securities Commission investigators to read evidence in Securities Commission fraud. Hearing against Anzi Daima revealed a complex real estate transaction with connections to alleged fraud and organized crime payers. So the article goes on to say, this Vancouver dream home could be yours for only $2.4 million. Instead of having we come to his Richmond location to pick up the cash, Tony Zhu said it was better that the realtor to meet his brother Frank Zhu in Vancouver. Wee's client Zhou Zhang, a Chinese transportation professional, had come to Vancouver in August 2014 to set up a Bank of Montreal account with Wee's help. She had listed his Burnaby home address as her own, and on the title of the deed. Wee's home, she claimed to be homemaker. Bank documents said that that she was a Canadian resident. None of it was true. In Flota Yang, Ming Wei took 3 bank drafts totaling $470,000, 470 large, and a check for 50 large from Frank Zhu that made out to Zhang Zhang. The money was supposed to come from Zhang's account in China, but one of the bank drafts came from Vancouver, a Vancouver dentist who did not know Zhang, but was a victim of alleged fraud by a man named Danzi Amai. The other 2 bank drafts came from citizens also did not know Zhang. According to the evidence tendered at the BC Securities Commission, hearing financial instruments headed to the Wee Flota passed through the 5 sets of hands. And this elaborate transaction occurred because Wee Zhu Zhang, no matter what, must have 500 large in Canada to buy a house. So I'm going to leave a link below for this. Is a big book. This is a big story that explains corruption, handoffs, and much, much more. Let's continue here, people, to the UK. Listen to this one. This is a solution in the UK for the housing crisis. This is Gavin Barwell. Inheritance should go directly to grandchildren to help ease the housing crisis, says Housing Minister. Are you nuts? Are you out of your freaking mind? Give houses to your grandkids? Are you out of your mind? Let me continue reading this article here for you guys. Where the pages are glued together. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one, people. A Tory minister has suggested a new way to help tackle the housing crisis. Grandparents should hand down their inheritance directly to their grandchildren to help them buy their first home. What does that even mean? I know what they're trying to say, but what do they mean by that? So the children are entrapped, they can't live anywhere else, they can't travel, they can't see the world. I'm better off selling off their inheritance and let their children open a business abroad or do something else instead of leave this nightmare housing bubble. Gavin Barwell, the housing minister, said the idea would help combat the intergenerational unfairness, according to the Daily Telegraph. What a bunch of garbage. There is a job here. We make it very strong and moral case for people about why these homes are needed. Absolute garbage. That is the cure for the housing bubble crisis. Give me a break. And let's go to Alberta. This is a very good one. Someone sent me this one too. Alberta luxury homes get less than half the asking price at auction. Ding, 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 ding. 2 southern Alberta mansions sold for more than $1 million under the asking price. Ooh. Ooh. Mark Everden, who represented the 2 luxury homes outside Calgary, says the high-end real estate market is on the slower side. No question. The price that the buyer was paid, a great savings, he said. While there is no question the market has slowed down. Everden said that there are often personal things that are going on behind the scenes that motivate people to move their properties quickly. Deep discounts to come. Turner, who lives in Toronto but has clients in Calgary, said the Hawks Nest hollow properties are the sign of a deep discounts to come. Around Calgary, in the nice suburbs where you've got houses for $1 to $2 million range, you go with a sharp pencil and checkbook. You're going to walk out happy. So that's what's happening. Alberta, the province of Alberta, is facing this crisis right now. And these are beautiful mansions too. In Alberta, home, faucets, and mother pearl tiles, and master bedroom has sold for nearly half its asking price. 9,200 square foot house located in Priddis, 40 minutes southwest of Calgary, was listed for $3.5 million, and the auction was sold for $1.7 million. There you go, people. It's happening and it's breaking. Thank you for watching, guys. I want to wish everyone in Canada a very happy Thanksgiving. A big hug to everyone that's following me. Get this video out, make it go viral, and thank you for following me again. And if you want to, go up to my channel, to my Facebook page, my fan page, and go ahead and send me a message on there. What else? Yeah, and happy Thanksgiving to all Canadians. I love you guys all, and thanks for watching, and enjoy this beautiful fall day. Goodbye.